We only have a couple of minutes. I know the conversation went a little bit deeper than I thought it would have gone this morning.
That's always good.
The clinical psychologist that we spoke with yesterday would have indicated that, a lot of what we're seeing could be as a result of the pandemic and the restrictions and the stay-at-home restrictions that would have been put in place. Do you think we're overly blaming the pandemic on everything? Forget about the government part of it. But for a lot of our issues, are we overly blaming it on the pandemic?
I would think, or I would say rather, that the pandemic did escalate it, but I would say it was there from before. And what the pandemic did show, it did expose how poorly we were treating with these issues, how poorly we were treating with some of these issues, particularly domestic issues. We don't deal with domestic issues in school. We don't deal with domestic issues in work. We don't deal with domestic issues in any other place than in our houses where it's taking place. So you don't find that's nonsensical? It is. And at the end of the day, and these are things that I raise. Where are the domestic issue outlets or safe havens, and even in private establishments, public establishments, a woman and a husband going through trouble. That teacher who may have been going through some issue, where in the Ministry of Education could he have sought redress or not even redress, but assistance for himself if he was going through an emotional situation that he couldn't manage himself? Which part? And that is the thing. We deal with it when it reaches the home, whereas most of the time it's being bred and going to turn into a violent manner. We don't have the outlets. We don't have it in our communal space either. We don't have it in community centers. We don't have these same clinical psychologists and these same mediators and these things in the communal space so that people have places to go, the outlets that they need to be able to diffuse, to go home. And that is the challenge. So I would say that the pandemic, because it put everybody in the house together and nobody couldn't go and move away from each other, a lot of those internal tussles and you couldn't run from each other. You had to face each other. And if you didn't have the relevant, I don't even want to say training, but emotional intelligence, some people have it naturally. I mean, if you didn't have that, the mechanisms to cope, you explode.